Welcome viewers, this is Danny from LEGO Buff Productions, here with a LEGO Star Wars Rogue One set review. Today we have the TIE Striker, set number 75154, ages 8 to 14, and contains 543 pieces. Feel free to skip ahead to the part of the review you'd like to watch. You can click on the timestamps in the description if you're on a computer. The timestamps are also available in the comments if you're on mobile, or you can continue watching for the full video. There are quite a few playability features on the TIE Striker here. To start off, there are two spring-loaded missiles on the bottom here. However, I'm not a huge fan of these because if you pick it up to fly, you might accidentally hit these tips, and that's what fires them. So I wish there was some sort of mechanism to prevent that from happening. But nevertheless, there are spring-loaded missiles. So you can see you just kind of tap on them, and they shoot out there. And then you can also adjust the wings, and this is my favorite feature. So right now they're in the downwards position. You can see they're facing down, sloping down. On the back here, there are simply two kind of knobs. You just flip them up, and then they lock in place. So the wing's not going to go back down. Same on this side. It goes up, and there you have a whole different perspective now on the TIE Striker. And this is what it looks like more in the trailers. And then to flip them back down, you simply just do the same thing. Again, pull the knobs down. In the front here, we do have an operational cockpit. This part comes up, this part comes down. You can see inside. You can fit a TIE pilot in there. There's a seat for him. So we'll go ahead and pick him up here and push him down here. The thing I like about these new sets is there are no studs to connect them to, but there are spaces for their legs to lock in. So they're not stuck in there where you can't get them out, but they also don't fall out on you. Close the top, close the front there. We got our TIE pilot sitting in the pilot's chair. And then in the back here, this part also opens up. And on the inside, there's just a bunch of storage. There's like a walkie-talkie, a gun in there, a few other accessories. So this is more of a storage part. Would have been nice if we got kind of like a troop transport kind of storage area where you could put some troops in there. But I'll take the storage area. I'm going to rate the playability of the set a 5 out of 5. I love the wing features that you can fold up and down just with the simple movement of your fingers on the back there. You also get the cool opening cockpit from both the top and the front, and the spring-loaded missiles, and you have that compartment in the back as well to play with, so it makes for a great set to swoosh around. It is very difficult to determine the accuracy of this set. In Rogue One, we see it very little, more towards the end, and it's very distance-like shots where it's seen far off in battle. We also see it in Star Wars Battlefront, and that's probably our best look at it, although it's kind of hard to tell because it's basically just the shaping of the set, which obviously, like the wings and stuff, and the whole kind of center cylinder-like tube thing is accurate. The only thing that I could say you could really tell is kind of the angle of the wings. Now, when it's low like this is how we see it in Battlefront and the movie. However, in Star Wars Battlefront, when you're playing with it in space, you can see in some shots that the angles of the wings like this, it's a lot more angled, a lot higher, so it'd be more like this. So like the wings would be up more at that angle instead of this is kind of a little bit too low. So I guess LEGO could have done that by moving around some Technic pieces on the inside and the little mechanism just to make it a little bit higher up. With the wings going up, but other than that, it's very difficult to tell the accuracy. I would pretty much say that it is accurate, except for the wing angle. I'm going to rate the accuracy of this set a 3 out of 5 bricks, just because there's really no guideline to go off of when judging this set. Obviously, from a distance, we see it in Rogue One, you can't really tell the exact details on it. However, the wing angles you can tell when playing Star Wars Battlefront, and that's why I'm going down to a 3, just because LEGO didn't match the angle that we want, and it wasn't just a slight difference, it was pretty significant. So, 3 out of 5 bricks for accuracy. This set contains 4 minifigs, the first being an Imperial Shore Trooper. This seems to be the new take on the original Stormtrooper look. He has all new printing on the front of his torso and on the front of his legs. One arm is this new blue color, the other is tan. He also has printing on the back of his torso, and he has a somewhat space sci-fi looking rifle, not the typical blaster. Underneath his helmet is the generic clone trooper face. And he has an all-new helmet mold similar to the hover tank pilot helmet mold with the visor on top there. The next minifig is the Imperial Ground Crew. He is printing on the front of his torso and the front of his legs, as well as the back of his torso. He is holding 2 landing lights to help guide in Imperial ships, and he has a very unique helmet shape. As you can see there, with the back kind of cut off, you can see his head, and underneath he has a printed face with a headset. Next up is the TIE Pilot. He is printing on the front of his torso and the front of his legs, as well as a little bit of printing on the back of his torso, not very detailed however. And he has a TIE Pilot helmet that is open there in the back half. And underneath that helmet is the typical Clone Trooper face. The final minifig of this set is a generic Rebel Trooper. He has the new Rebel Trooper printing on the front of his torso and the front of his legs. He also has some printing on the rear of his torso. He's holding a regular blaster with a Technic pin on the end, and he has a double-sided face. The first side he's giving sort of a smirk, and on the rear he is yelling as if he is going into battle. He also has a new helmet with a new logo printed on the side there. I'm going to rate these minifigs a 4 out of 5 bricks, and really the only reason for that being that the tubing of the TIE Pilot, it would have been nice to see an actual molded two-piece. As you can see here, it's kind of hard to tell, but looking on the front there, you do see some tubing printing, and I showcased that earlier. On the Force Awakens TIE Fighter pilots, you did see an actual molded tube coming out of the helmet. I thought that would have been nice to put in there, especially since it kind of looks very similar, if not identical, to past TIE pilots. The value of the set isn't the greatest. As the $70 set, it comes in at 12.9 cents per piece, which is 3 cents above the 10 cent per piece guideline that I like to use. Also, you only get 4 minifigs, and although they're very detailed and I really like them, they are not good in quantities of 1. For example, the Rebel Trooper and the Shore Trooper would look great in mocks, however you would like to have a lot of them and not just one of each. So this set would not be good for building armies of those. Also, you don't really see this ship in Rogue One. Really, it's only used in Star Wars Battlefront, so you can't really build too many mocks with it, especially because of its size. You'd have to build a fairly large mock to be able to fit this in there. So it'd really be only used for on display or for playing with. And so therefore, I'm going to rate this set value at 2 out of 5 bricks. The reason I go up to 2 is because it is a great set for playing with. The wings are huge, and it's fun folding them up and down and firing the spring-loaded missiles. Also, you have the whole cockpit and stuff that you can open and close. So it's a great set for kids to play with, especially younger ones with the huge size of it. It just looks massive in their eyes. So a 2 out of 5 bricks. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this review helpful. Don't forget to check out my channel for other awesome LEGO videos, as well as all of the new Rogue One set reviews. Have a great day.